All right, guys, it's Rich back with another Gray Zone Warfare weapon build for you. This is kind of a level 2 vendor's weapon builds you can get from the game right now. So if you've unlocked Gunny level 2 and an Artisan level 2, this is the 3 guns I'm going to recommend, or sorry, 4 guns, because a lot of people are asking me to build an SKS for them. So I'm going to go over a couple here, make it really simple, make it really straightforward, no bloat on the video. The first thing I'm going to start off is with the M4A1. I know I have an M4A1 build video up. But what I'm going to do, you know what? Let me actually do this real quick to make it a lot easier for the video so you guys can hear. Okay. So, I know I have a build for the M4A1 out, but I did make some changes to it from the community. They dropped some comments and I said, and people recommended that we update it. So I made some changes with the things they recommended in the comments, and then we came up with this build right here. I believe this is the best M4A1 you can build right now with level 2 vendors. You have a recoil control of plus 33%. You have arm stamina drain minus 5%. Weapon handling minus 11%, and reload time minus 9%. So there's some decent things you can get there, and then some decent buffs you can get as far as when you're shooting it. So you can, I'll shoot it on a range, so you can see the recoil control on it. It's kind of almost insane. It's almost a laser beam, minus that smoke in front of it. It really is really strong and really much a laser beam. I do like this gun a lot. It's probably my favorite gun that I'm using right now in the game, the M4A1, just for the semi and full auto options. So you have a good close range gun, and you also have a good medium to long range gun with this. But I do enjoy it, and I do definitely think it's one of the better guns to use right now. Let me know what, out of these 4 guns I'm going to show you, let me know which one you're rocking the most. I'm very curious to get that discourse going. But this is what you can get from level 2 Gunny. You can just copy these parts, and then you can buy them and then put them on and mount them the same way I've showed you on my weapon builds video. If you haven't seen that, I'll have it linked down below. But it is pretty straightforward. Also, if your gun is locked and you can't make any changes to it, make sure it is the character, make sure it is on your inventory here. I know my inventory is a mess, guys. I've seen the comments that are saying organize my inventory. It's a mess because I'm making so many guide videos. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to really organize it. But yeah, if it's locked, make sure you drag it over from your player over to your stash. Like that, you'll be able to actually customize parts and replace things for it. All right, so the next gun we're going to be looking at is a Mosin. As you can tell, this doesn't have the sniper stock that the normal one has. You can actually replace this build. The things you need for it are the Mosin Archangel stock, and then replacing the... Make sure when you're buying the Mosin from Artisan, you're not buying the small one, because you can't actually change out the base on that one like you can with this one. You need the sniper stock, which is the longer barrel one, and then you can make these adjustments and then change out the main thing you really need to do is you need to change out the Archangel stock, and then you need to buy the tri-rail mount. If you can't mount the tri-rail mount, it's because you likely have the rear sight on there, which is a Mosin Nagant rear sight. Make sure you take that off, and then make sure you slot on that tri-rail mount. That'll let you put on a scope there, and then it is now operational. You also need to buy the Mosin magazine, the 10-round mag, instead of the base one that comes with the Mosin, which is this guy right here. So you make sure you have that magazine in there, and then you'll be able to have a 10-round Mosin mag instead of a 5. This thing also just fires really cleanly and looks really simple, in my opinion. I know a lot of people like the base Mosin, but this does give you some improved stats for it, and then it just works seamlessly. Honestly, Mosin's a tried and true gun. If you want to get on the battlefield and not take an expensive kit, Mosin's always the way to go, in my opinion, honestly. So this is everything for it right here. Recoil control plus 8%, arm stamina drain plus 6%, weapon handling minus 8%, reload time plus 0%. That covers all of the Mosin, so we'll switch over here now to the AMCN. See if we can find space for this before you guys just roast me for having the ugliest inventory in the game probably right now. So this is the best 7.62 gun you can get right now, in my opinion, because it shoots a pretty hefty bullet in 7.6239, and it also can just take enemies out really simply. So this is the AMCN, excuse me. This is the build for it. A couple things are replaced here. You might just look over is the charging handle. This is, I think, the best pistol grip you can get on right now from Artisan level 2. You've got the Zukov, I may have butchered that stock, which is using the Zukov adapter, so make sure you snag that up. You need the Zukov adapter, which is for the Zukov stock. You can put the shift foregrip from Gunny level 2, and then you can get the MOE handguard. And if you want to mount the front grip on it, you need to make sure you buy the M-Lock Rail 9 slot from Gunny vendor level 2. So those are all the pieces that you can get for the AMCN, so make sure you pause the video back there if you have any questions about it. But this gun absolutely beams. This is probably my second favorite gun out there right now. I'll try and throw it on full auto right now so you guys can see how it handles. It's definitely not as seamless as the 5.56, but it's still pretty good just because it's a much bigger caliber gun and much bigger bullet you're shooting. So the AMCN, in my opinion, is one of the stronger guns. Definitely I prefer the look and feel of the M4, but if you're an AK player, this is probably the best build you can go with, in my opinion. There's a lot of changes on here, and hopefully this works out for you guys. So let me know if you like this AKMN build. Definitely try out some of those builds, get some better feels for it. The last one I'm going to do, which a lot of people have been asking me in the comments, is the SKS. You can actually build a pretty gnarly SKS with level 2 vendors. This is what I put together right here. This doesn't even look like a base SKS just because we've changed a couple things. But if you can tell, it actually looks and shoots really nicely. Like, look at that recoil. It's almost non-existent. It isn't full auto. You don't have that option with the SKS, but if you spam that left click, that thing is just an absolute laser beam down there. I definitely think it's one of the better guns, and definitely comes out to be a really decent budget option, in my opinion, in terms of not having to run a full auto M4A1 or an AKMN. But that's all personal preference. I kind of wanted to do this gun because a lot of people ask me for it. So these are the parts. Biggest thing is you need to get these SKS rear Picatinny rail. I probably butchered that. And then you can throw on a sight on there. This is what I have rocking right now. So if you want to copy one for one, I have the mod pistol grip, which is from Gunny level 2. The shift 4 grip, also from Gunny level 2. I have the M4 buffer tube on this I guess the body, which is very important for this whole build. Let me show you that, because without the body, you won't be able to put all these attachments. So instead of the SKS body, which I have it somewhere here, so the SKS stock, so this is the stock SKS build you get from there, you can actually replace it with the MK2 stock. So this guy right here lets you put all these attachments on there, which turns out to build the SKS in a lot more of a meta manner, we'll say. So make sure you snag that on there, and then you can put these attachments on there and then be rocking a Meta 762 AK or SK. I don't think there's any other guns that I really want to show you right now. I know there's people that ask me about the pistols, but I mean, the pistol's really simple. You literally just have to, as long as you have Gunny level 2, you can just throw this Ultima suppressor, and then you buy the Glock that has a rail for the sight, and then you have a suppressed, and then with a Glock with a suppressor on it. So that's really simple. I didn't really want to dive too much time into it, but those are the gun builds you can get going right now, guys, from level 2 vendors that I think are pretty strong in the game right now. Definitely let me know what you think, and definitely let me know what guns you're rocking, as far as maybe I need to change some other things up and try some other things for the community. I definitely think these are really strong and definitely worth using, but obviously if you guys are using something different, I want to go and get some feedback. So if this helped you out, guys, make sure you drop that like, drop that sub for more Gray Zone Warfare content. Also, I'm going to be live streaming over on twitch.tv/OneShotRich with some Sherpa content for new players, so make sure you drop that follow over there. Also, on big and exciting news, our Discord for Gray Zone Warfare is now live. So it's called the Myth Gang, but also all factions are welcomed here. I know if you're watching this video, you're not necessarily from Rithras, so be sure to join in there and be sure to be a part of the community. What I'm actually doing, is I announced on a previous video, for the first 100 members that join, we're going to be doing a $100 premium edition upgrade. If you don't have the $100 edition upgrade, we're going to be doing a giveaway for that. So make sure you're aware of that, guys, and make sure you hop in Discord. It's linked down below. All right, guys, enough nonsense, enough peace. I'll see you out in the Gray Zone. Bye.